Well, we're almost done with the first roll around Region 11 tonight. A big one. Well, every game's big in Region 11, but okay, this is maybe a little bigger than normal. It's number 1 and number 2 at the halfway point in region play. Ridgeline playing host to Logan. Logan is undefeated. They're ranked number 2 in the state, and they've got one of the best ball players in northern Utah, if not the entire state of Utah, in Jordan Child. He's ranked in the top 5 in every major statistical category. Top 10, excuse me. He's number 3 in scoring, number 1 in rebounds, number 5 in blocks, number 7 in steals, and number 12 just out of the top 10 in assists. So that kid can do a little bit of everything. Ridgeline will have their hands full with him, but they work by committee. You saw him against Green Canyon, that big front line of Franklin and Cox. They really shut down the Wolves. We'll see if they can shut down the Grizzlies tonight on the Game of the Week.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Chance to talk with Ridgeline head coach Kyle Day earlier today about his team and ask him about the season thus far and about the region, and ask him about that big win against Green Canyon, handing the Wolves their first loss of the season a couple weeks ago that we had for you right here. He said that was great effort. Our kids came out really focused, and we hope to have that same effort tonight against Logan. He said, you know, we do have a size advantage. If we can use it and make it our advantage, then we feel like we'll be okay. We want a repeat performance of what happened there at Green Canyon. He knows that Jordan Child's going to be a handful. He says he's unconventional and tenacious. He has great footwork. He's great at rebounding. It's going to be a team effort to slow him down. Ridgeline's got a pretty dang good team when they're clicking on all cylinders. And they'll be going against a good Logan team tonight on the Game of the Week.
Say the word base.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company. Privacy, security, peace of mind. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. KSM means music, music is all we do. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years. Game tonight on tap for you. Logan and Ridgeline. Logan at 15-2, Ridgeline at 12-5. Logan undefeated in region play. Ridgeline with only one blemish. Eric Olson along with you, and excited about this game as it's starting to fill up here at Ridgeline High School in Millville. The starting lineups now being introduced. Will Parkinson is a 6'5" senior for Logan, 9 points, 5 rebounds per game. Court Larson, a 6 foot senior, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2.5 assists per game. Nate DeMorgan, another senior at 5'10", 7 points and a rebound, a couple of assists per game. Jordan Child, one of the state leaders in everything, 6'5" senior, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. And Jalen Argyle, another senior at 6'5", 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. And the lights go down in Millville for the starting lineups for the Riverhawks. The Riverhawks be missing one of their main cogs in their wheel tonight, Diego Vasquez. He's a soccer player. He's on a national soccer team, and they have some stuff going on with that, and that's his kind of main thing, really, and that's where he is. So he's missing tonight's ball game. So no Diego Vasquez. Preston Brenchley will get the start, the 6'1" senior. He's been a real spark coming off the bench all season, taking that role as an energy guy off the bench very seriously. He gets the start tonight. Kyson Buckmiller, 6'5" senior, 7 points, 3 rebounds per game. Cam Blotter, he's the engine, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals per game. Also a senior, Carson Cox, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a 6'5" senior. Jagger Frankham, 6'9" senior, 16 points, 7 rebounds per game. Again, no Diego Vasquez tonight for Ridgeline. All seniors on the floor. I got a Logan student body behind me, and they're all the way up to the ceiling, and they make a lot of noise. Ridgeline, you can see them across the way, they're students hopping about. And Ridgeline keeps the tap as Blotter looks down low to Frankham, the big guy, turns in, misses. Rebound fought for. Coming out of there with it is Bookmiller. Cox, straightaway 3, too hard. Logan doing a good job keeping Frankham off the boards, but they can't keep Blotter out of there. Long 3 on the way, got it. 3 cracks at it, and Ridgeline gets on the board first, 3-0. Logan doing a great job of keeping the big guy, Frankham, off the boards, but other players came in and filled the void as they were putting 2 bodies on Frankham. Argyle finding Parkinson. Parkinson waves to Morgan through. Here's Child. Spins into a double team, looking for some help. 3 on the shot clock. Parkinson has to put it up, no good. Parkinson fighting for the rebound, saves it back into Bookmiller. And Bookmiller ahead to Cox. Shut off baseline there by Child. Frankham down the lane, running over a man. Charge on Jagger Frankham. So it's a turnover and a foul for Ridgeline. Frankham gets the first foul of the ball game. 6:37 to play in a 3-0 game. Ridgeline on top early. Child brings it across the timeline. He posts back up after he kicks it out. Now they look for him. Can't get the entry pass as Cox denies. Blotter backs it out. Larson keeping an eye on him. Brenchley works through. Carson Cox comes up top to get it. Down low to Frankham and a steal on the other end. Nice job by Argyle. And a whistle called against Brenchley. The 2 fouls now on Ridgeline in the early going. We've played just over 2 minutes. It's still 3-0 Riverhawks. Larson. Blotter on him. Blotter, a master thief. Larson looks in, instead skips it. Cross court to Argyle. Used every bit of his 6'5" to go get it. Argyle's been shooting the ball well as of late. Here he is, straightaway three, short. Rebound, hits the floor, Frankham picks it up. Blotter down the right side, uses the Frankham screen. Bookmiller loses it. Logan picks it up. He dribbled it off somebody's foot. That's the third turnover for Ridgeline, and we're stuck at 3-0. We've played nearly 3 minutes of this first quarter. Argyle looking for the first Logan points. He hands it back to Parkinson, and Parkinson puts the Grizzlies on the board. (3-2) Ridgeline, 4:50 to play in the first quarter. Bookmiller faces up, gives it off to Cox. In the corner to Brenchley, three on the way, too hard. Rebounded by Parkinson. Child. Out to Parkinson, three, too hard. Rebound Cox. Larson reaches in, Cox keeps it away from him. And here comes Blotter. Blotter in the corner to Bookmiller. He loses it out of bounds, and they say it goes off Bookmiller. Bookmiller thought it was knocked out of bounds by the defender. And the official right there on top of it says, nope, going the other way. That's 4 turnovers now for Ridgeline, but it's a 1-point ball game. 3-2 Logan, as both teams finding offense hard to come by. To Morgan, to Child. Back to Parkinson, down low. Argyle, fade away, spins to his right, too hard. Blotter collects the rebound, brings it up court, finds Frankham underneath. Frankham short arms it. He caught it and tried to shoot in one motion. Wasn't quite sure where he was. Rebounded out by Logan. Logan still leading 3-2, 3:30 to play in the first period. 1 field goal per team. Larson's fouled by Blotter as he reached across. 3rd team foul on Ridgeline. Logan yet to be caught for a violation. And they're going to call that a shooting foul? They sure are. Larson will go to the line for 2. Logan averaging 64 points per game, giving up 56. As Larson hits the first. Ridgeline averages 65 points a game and gives up 55. In region play, as Parkinson misses the second, Larson misses the second. In region play, Logan scores almost 68 a game, gives up about 59.5. We're tied at 3. 3:10 remaining in the first quarter. Looking into Frankham. Denied by Argyle. Blotter and Frankham look at each other. Frankham gives him the nod. Said, I see what you're doing. It's just a good play defensively by Argyle. Get those long arms out there and knock it away. Here's Cox on the curl. Argyle comes over to smother him. 3 on the way, short by Jackman, who's in the ball game. Here comes Child. See if he goes all the way to the rim. He does. Jordan Child with his first bucket of the game. Number 3 scorer in 4A. Blotter bringing it across. Number 4 in assists in 4A. Number 2 in steals. There's the leave off for Frankham, and Frankham doesn't miss this one. Blotter took it all the way to the rack until the defense committed. Then he left it off for Frankham. And we're tied at 5. 2:20 to play in a low-scoring first quarter. First place at the midway point on the line. Blotter just misses the steal. Larson kicks it back out to DeMorgan. His 3 Too hard. Frankham battles for the board and comes up with it. Jackman gives it back to Blotter. He was looking in at Cox. They were tripling him. Poked away from the backside by Larson. And it'll be out of bounds. Ridgeline ball. Reed Olson checking in. Brenchley back in for Ridgeline. Blotter gets a rest. Argyle gets a rest as Olson comes in for him for Logan. Brenchley will trigger. Looks to the corner. Child takes it away, but they say he stepped on the end line. Ridgeline with 4 turnovers in this game. We still have nearly 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Logan with only 1. Way out front goes Brenchley. Child knocks it away again. 5 turnovers. Quickly the other way. Nice dish by Larson. And Child is fouled. He'll go to the line. It's on Buckmiller. His first, 4th team foul for Ridgeline. Child steps up, hits the first. 3 points for Child. Cam Blotter has 3 to lead Ridgeline. Kyle Day gives Jackman some instruction before the second free throw that calls in. Logan on top, 7-5. 1:40 to play in the quarter. Buckmiller looking for the back cut from Cox. Child draws that assignment. Child steps in front. Well, that was a quick whistle. Child a little slow on the slide over, they say, and got the arm out there with the elbow, and he picks up the foul. The first for Logan. Cox so quick on that first step. I think Carson Cox has really took it to a different level this year. He's really turned into a heck of a basketball player. Frankham going to work against Reed Olson. Frankham now with 4. Tied at 7. Parkinson gives to Child. Now Larson. Looking inside for Reed Olson against Frankham. Kicks it to the corner. Fires the pass out there, and it goes through the hands of his teammate, Larson. Argyle comes back in. Child will get a rest. And Logan with their second turnover. Under a minute to play now in the quarter, tied at 7. Ridgeline opened the scoring with a 3-pointer by Blotter. That's Child with the steal. Child all the way in. Blotter undercuts him, and they're going to call the foul on Blotter, and Blotter reaches his hand out to Child. I thought it was Child that was getting a rest and sitting down. It's actually Parkinson. So for Blotter, that's 2. Got to keep an eye on that. He drives this Ridgeline bus. And he's going to come out for the rest of the quarter. And Buckmiller's going to come back in as Child has now hit 3 free throws in a row and has 5 points. And Logan looking to extend their lead to a bucket. Child does just that. 6 for Child, 9-7. Logan leading Ridgeline with 40 seconds to play in this half. In the quarter. 10-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Logan in a zone. Out front, Jackman. Back to Brenchley in the corner to Buckmiller. Child knocks it out of there. I don't think he has joints. I think he can stretch his arms whenever he wants. He's like an octopus out there. His legs, his arms, they all stretch at things. He jumps, he steals the ball like he just did there. Plenty of time. Logan in a hurry. DeMorgan back to Argyle. Wide open 3. Too hard. Rebound fought for. Brenchley is fouled by Reed Olson, who's on his back. 6 turnovers for Ridgeline in the quarter, and they only trail by 2 with a chance to tie it up. 5 seconds. Frenchley at the buzzer, too hard. And Logan takes a lead into the second period, 9-7. Logan leading Ridgeline on the game of the week. Wendy's of Logan is a game of the week sponsor. Their square patty burgers always bring the fresh. Their chicken sandwiches change the game. Everybody loves their nuggets. But you know, they also have fresh made salads, hot crispy fries, even old school chili and baked potatoes. Yummy. Start your day off right with one of their new breakfast sandwiches. Satisfy your sweet tooth with that classic Frosty or something from their bakery. From kids' meals to meal deals, their menu is stacked with value. Wendy's, a game of the week sponsor. Don't forget about the good folks at PCs Unlimited. If you have computer issues, that can be a sinking feeling, right? You're wondering, who do I call? Do I call one of my kids? Do I call the guy at work? Somebody's got to know about computers, because if you look for tech support from some of these software companies or something, you never know who you're going to get. You can go into PCs Unlimited, talk with Mary, person to person, repair, sales, help. They do it all at PCs Unlimited. 9-7, Logan with the lead as we start the second quarter. Low scoring quarter between the team on top of Region 11 and the team chasing him. Ridgeline 3-1, Logan 4-0. Ridgeline, their loss coming at Bear River after they beat Green Canyon, handing Green Canyon their first loss of the season. They were dialed in that game. Frankham and Cox just were too much for Green Canyon. Tonight, it's kind of been about what we expected. Jordan Child doing a little bit of everything in unconventional ways for the Grizzlies. Here's Argyle. Shot clock running down. The running one-footer won't go. Olson's putback won't go, and Frankham picks up his second foul. Let's see if that's who it's on. It is. First foul of the second quarter. The Grizzlies with 6 free throws. Ridgeline yet to go to the free throw line. And Olson hits the first. Harrison Putnam in the ball game now for Ridgeline. Frankham's going to have to sit. They don't want him to pick up that third foul this early. In the half, Olson hits both free throws, and Logan with their largest lead of the game, 11-7. Olson sits, Parkinson back in. Jackman finds Bookmiller. Putnam cut through, Bookmiller couldn't find him. Here's Putnam. Doesn't take the three, instead the free throw line jumper is what he picks. It rims around and out. Rebound, Logan. Larson in a hurry. Argyle hands it back to Parkinson. Lob into Child. It's too tall. And Logan with their first turnover of this second period, third of the game. 11-7 Logan. 6:50 to play in the half. Foul trouble for Frankham and Blotter for Ridgeline. Cox work against Child. Child blocks it out of bounds. Coach Day talked about Child's footwork, how he's so good with his feet, and you can see it there, staying in front of Cox and blocking it without picking up the foul. A screen to get Cox free. Now he picks it up into a double team. Shots up, shot's good. Count it. And the foul on who? Jordan Child. That's his second. So that's a huge development. With 6:29 to play in the half, Child picks up his second. Ridgeline already has 2 of their starters sitting with 2 fouls. What will Coach Mitch Argyle do with Child? He leaves him out there as Cox misses the free throw. 11-9 Logan. Ridgeline's largest lead has been by 3. Logan's largest a moment ago by 4. Argyle, 3, short. Blotter back in there with the rebound. Ahead to Putnam, in the corner to Cox. Steps away from Child, 3 on the way, rims around and out. Buckmiller keeps it alive. And he tries to save it in and hits the back of the backboard, and that's out of bounds. I talked to Coach Day about his players today. He mentioned Buckmiller. He says he has a knack for big plays at big times. And just, he can go along and just kind of quietly contribute, and then all of a sudden he makes a huge play just at the right time. Argyle out to the corner, 3 on the way, rims around and out. Cox takes the rebound away. Both teams still having trouble finding the bottom of the net. 2 field goals for Logan in this ball game. Bunch of points at the free throw line. Buckmiller tries to hit Jackman on the back cut. He's fouled by DeMorgan. His second team foul. Blotter looking, still looking. Finds Cox across court. Blotter looks to Coach Day. Jackman up top. Bounce pass into Buckmiller. That Logan defense, when the ball comes in, they're collapsing on it. And then they come out. They're bringing the corner man up to double Cox. 3 wide. Wonder if Jordan Child got a hand or a finger on that. Argyle to the rim with a Euro step. Won't go. Putnam hits the deck. Parkinson plows into him. No foul, but they say it's a Ridgeline ball. I wonder if the official wasn't sure that he saw a foul there. Ridgeline's bench erupted, and he just gave the ball back to Ridgeline without calling the foul. Again, these guys in the stripes are a lot closer to the action than we are. And it is all about angles, about where you are or what you see. Carson Cox fakes the give to Putnam, turns, working against Child, who has 2 fouls, has to be careful. Cox elevates, scores. That's just not a play we would have seen out of Carson Cox last year. He has 4. And we're tied at 11. Midway through the second period, 11-11. Jordan Child to the rim, fouled. Is it going to be on Cox or Buckmiller? And it's free throws again for Jordan Child. He's getting to the line with regularity. They're going to call it on Cox. Child 4 for 4 from the line. Here's 2 more coming. For the number 3 scorer in 4A. 7 now. For Ridgeline, Cox is number 6 in scoring in 4A, number 10 in rebounds. Frankham number 4 in rebounds. And Coach Day is having an animated discussion with the official that called that foul. The entire time those free throws were being shot. (13-11) Logan, nice move by Blotter, kicks it out. 3 on the way by Jackman, won't go. Rebound by Putnam. Don't know how he dug that one out of there, but he did. They look low to Cox and they can't get it to him because Jordan Child. Why not? That's all you have to say. Well, why? Because Jordan Child. Argyle finishes on the other end. Argyle with his first bucket. Timeout. Ridgeline. 15-11. The Grizzlies take the lead with 3:18 to play in the first half on the Game of the Week. Hey, at the Logo Shop, they logo stuff, plain and simple. You can come to them for all your promotional and personal needs, t-shirts, pens, anything in between. They'll logo it because they logo stuff, all kinds of stuff at the Logo Shop. Low scoring but tight ball game here at Ridgeline tonight. 15-11, matching the largest lead of the game for Logan. Neither team shooting the ball particularly well. Logan has not hit a three-pointer. Ridgeline hit the first three of the game. It was Blotter, first shot of the game, and they haven't hit one since. Logan with a little bit of pressure. Buckmiller just got fouled by Child. That's Child's third. And here comes Reed Olson. Argyle's thinking about it though. He reaches over and stops Reed Olson from coming in, and he motions Argyle over and talks to him. He's going to keep Olson on the bench. This is a real risk Coach Argyle is taking here with Jordan Child with 3 fouls, 3 minutes to play in the half. See if Ridgeline attacks him. Child's going to come over really carefully on that double team. Foul, who's it on? Child came over to help. I think it's going to be on Parkinson. Bucket's good. Parkinson picks up the foul, his first. And you watched Child kind of slide over and tentatively help on the double, and then he just couldn't help himself. Reached in there, and when that whistle blew, a look on his face, and he was relieved when he found out it was on his teammate. Cox now with 7, and it's a 1-point game. Argyle, finish. Argyle left all alone, and a foul called. This is the 5th one on Logan in the quarter. It is, and it's on Court Larson. His first. And that's free throws the rest of the half for Ridgeline. 3-point lead for Logan. Ridgeline sends Blotter to the line. Blotter hasn't scored since hitting the first shot of the game, and he hits that free throw. Skyview's at Mountain Crest tonight. Green Canyon looking for their first region win. 0-4 in region after starting the season 13-0. Blotter misses, and Putnam called for the foul on the rebound. Third team foul. Kick it into Child. Child finds DeMorgan. Looked like a walk. Got away with it. Back to DeMorgan. Walked again. Argyle. DeMorgan in the corner. Baseline drive. A lot of contact. They call the foul as Blotter and DeMorgan hit the deck. 4th team foul. They're going to call that one on Jackman. And they call it on the drive. And now they're going to sit Jordan Child down with 2:12. He kept away from that 4th foul. But Jordan Child might be done for the half. Argyle. He's been heating up. A lot of movement. Underhand scoop. Good job defensively by Cox as he rebounds the Argyle mix. 2 minutes to play in the half. 17-15 Logan. Frankham in foul trouble. Sitting with 2. Buckmiller, too hard. Rebound knocked away. And we're going the other way. Logan with possession. Here comes some pressure from Ridgeline. Now they're going to back them off it a little bit. Logan broke it easy the first time they ran it. This time it's just more token pressure. Larson sees a path to the hoop. Court Larson with 3. And it's back to a 4-point lead. 19-15 Logan. That zone has been given Ridgeline fits, and this time Blotter finds a chink in the armor. And Cox with a big quarter. He's got 9 points, all of them here in the second quarter. Approaching 1 minute to play in the half. 19-17 Logan. Argyle, corner to Parkinson. Buckmiller closed out on him. A zone for Ridgeline. Skip out of it with the pass to Parkinson. Drives baseline, caught under the hoop. Tried to jump back in. And Buckmiller was there to bother the shot. Rebound goes out of bounds. Putnam will come out. Brenchley will come in. And there's 12 seconds in difference between the game clock and the shot clock. 45 seconds left in this half. 19-17, Logan. Ridgeline looking to tie it up or take the lead. Blotter gives it away. He doesn't do that very often. Only the second turnover in this quarter. And Parkinson makes him pay at the other end with the layup. Shot clock is off. Jackman back to Cox. Blotter holds. Ten seconds. Blotter splits a double, back to Cox. Eschews that three, heads to the corner, and he's fouled by Argyle on the three-pointer. And he looks to Dad, who's Coach Argyle, who says, hey, straight up. Jalen looks back and says, I did. But he didn't, because he got the foul. 3 seconds in the half, 3 shots coming for Carson Cox. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. He's got 9 points in the quarter. Hits the first. Cooper Hall getting set to check in for Ridgeline for the last few seconds of this half. As Cox sinks the second. Chance to bring the team within 1, the Ridgeline team within 1. Jordan Child comes into the ball game for the final 3 seconds of the half. Cox hits all 3. Jordan Child, 2-1 at the buzzer. Got it! Child hits the 3 and runs straight to the locker room. And Logan leads Ridgeline 24-20 at halftime on the Game of the Week.
Water is always described as being tranquil. Then you dive in and you're just moving through it and you're ripping through it, and it's not tranquil at all. All I want to do with my life is to be a United States Navy fighter pilot. I can just see myself whizzing through the air, fly high and fly fast. That's what I want to do.
She really feels the call to serve our country, and she is going to do it regardless of what that requires of her.
Nothing motivates me more than when someone tells me that I can't do something.
Becoming a fighter pilot is something people might not expect a woman to do, but she does it anyway, and she doesn't care.
I feel like I gotta stick it to him. I gotta prove him wrong.
That really makes her a role model for other girls.
That's another stereotype broken by Wells Johnson.
Wells is the person that has the most grit, the most determination, the one that won't give up, that is very relentless.
It's like Teddy Roosevelt said, nothing in this world is worth having or worth doing unless it means effort, pain, and difficulty. Everything that I do with school and with sport, it's all been working towards this one thing. It's how I can use my gifts and talents to serve the world. I know that this is God's path for me. The sky is kind of like water, where it's tranquil and peaceful. And then up in a plane, tearing through the sky. I can just picture myself flying. I can see that so vividly.
Dr. Daines, you are a doctor. You're a fully qualified doctor of audiology. And we were looking at your business card a few minutes ago, and you've got an awfully lot of letters after your name. What do they all mean?
They're all representations of my certifications that I have. I graduated from Utah State with my doctorate degree in audiology. I have a bachelor's degree in communicative disorders and deaf education. And then I've also have what they call a board certification, which entails further education and further training after the doctorate of audiology degree.
Okay, so very clearly not a fly-by-night operation here. You've spent many years training and qualifying and loving. I get the impression when I see you with your patients that you love what you do.
I do. I love this. I love enjoying sitting back with my patients, helping them out. I get a lot of satisfaction, take a lot of pride in doing a job well done.
Yeah. And so the Daines family, been here for many generations in Cache Valley, again, homegrown doctor in yourself. What do you love about seeing your patients? They all seem to love you too, I will say that, we've noticed.
Everybody has a different story. We have a lot of neat families here in the valley, a lot of neat people, and I enjoy meeting them and hearing about them and their life and seeing if we can make it better. After all, family is what's important. Those relations that we build with one another. Some of my favorite memories are sitting around with my grandmother, around with all the cousins when I was young, and those things are very important, and that's where hearing comes in. We need to be a part of those types of environments, not sit around and wondering what's going on. We enable people to be able to enjoy those things again.
Yes, you do, because actually there's nothing worse, is there, than being in a crowd of people and you really can't understand what anyone's saying to you.
Yep, and it affects your relationships with those people.
Now, I noticed also here, as we've been here a few minutes today, that you've had a couple of people come in and out without an appointment, just kind of needing a little tweaking, perhaps, a little reassurance. You're there for them all day, aren't you?
Yep, we're here every day. Every Monday through Friday, and we don't charge for those things. If we can fix it here in the office and take care of it, we do it at no charge. Hearing's important to us, and we want to make sure that you're hearing the best that you can.
Yeah, and it's very clear when we've been watching you that you really do love what you do, and your patients are so comfortable with you. Tell us where you are and how to get help if people need it.
I'm at 485 North Main Street in Logan, and you can give us a call at 753-HEAR, HEAR, or 4327.
Okay, so if you do think you're losing your hearing just a little bit, like some of us of that certain age, come on down and see Dr. Daines and he'll sort you right out. Thank you.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company. Privacy, security, peace of mind. Anderson Seed and Garden. Growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Factory Pizzeria. We're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years. Back at Ridgeline High School, Eric Olson along with you. Ridgeline trailing Logan 24-20 as we get ready to start the second half. Jordan Child with that half-court heave at the buzzer to give the Grizzlies a 4-point lead. Child led the Grizzlies with 11 points, 4 points for Argyle, 4 points for Parkinson, 3 for Court Larson, and 2 free throws for Reed Olson off the bench. Ridgeline paced by Carson Cox, 12 points, all of them in the second quarter. 4 for Frankham, 4 for Blotter. No one else scored for Ridgeline, and Frankham sat out the entire second quarter almost the entire second quarter, I should say, with 2 fouls. Jordan Child will be starting this second half with 3 fouls. Oh, he's got to be careful. Makes you wonder. He's drawn the straw of defending Cox, it seems like, although they've been dropping into that zone. Now they're in a man. See if they get the ball to Cox and go at Child. And they're not pulling Child off of Carson Cox. He's trying to front him. They go down low to Frankham. Big man trying to make his presence felt again. A little too hard on the shot. And who else comes out of there with it but Jordan Child? Child's hit a couple of crazy shots, buzzer shots this season. Argyle, not at the buzzer, but from behind the arc, and it's the largest lead of the game for Logan, 27-20. Brenchley, baseline, layup, blocked by Parkinson. Parkinson came from the other side to help out. Frankham's talking to the official. He thinks he's being held. Probably is. That's called defense, right? Cox, wide open 3. Too hard. Rebound tapped out by Buckmiller. Jordan Child gets knocked down. That's 3 for Frankham. He looks around and grimaces. And they help DeMorgan up as he and Child both hit the deck. So Frankham and Child both with 3. Blotter with 2. Nobody else with more than 1 for either team. 7-point Logan lead. The 3 ball has not really been there for either team. Here's Argyle. 9 points on the game. 5 here in this quarter. And it's a 9-point Logan lead. Brenchley, corner to Buckmiller. Buckmiller, lay it up and in. Kyson Buckmiller with his first bucket of the night. Stops a 5-0 run to start this second half by Logan. Part of an 8-0 run. Stemming to the end of the first half. Ball's knocked away from Argyle. Picked up by Cox. 4th turnover for the Grizzlies. Cox goes to work against Child in those 3 fouls. Now he picks it up. Long 3 by Blotter. Rims around and out. Rebound by Cox. Lets the traffic go past him. Puts it up and in. All Child could do was stand there with his hands straight in the air. Doesn't want to pick up that 4th foul. Lead cut to 5. 29-24. 5:50 to play in the third quarter. Logan leading. Argyle. Parkinson looking at a 3. Won't go. Rebounded by Blotter. Across the timeline. Blotter looking into Frankham. Nice entry pass, bounce pass, and 1. As Parkinson fouls Frankham, and then Frankham hits the deck. Somebody came in behind him as he came down, and I think he stepped on their foot. And Frankham does not feel good. He's hurting. Parkinson picks up his 2nd. Frankham asks him just to wait for a second. I didn't see what happened. It looked like he kind of came down maybe on somebody's foot, and they're going to get Frankham out of there after the free throw. It's up and in. And he's asking to come out. He's got a hitch in his giddy-up. The trainer's going to look at him over on the sideline. 2-point ball game as the Riverhawks rattle off 7 straight. 29-27. Child gets those 21 points a game, mostly from inside the arc. DeMorgan gets 3 from outside. Back to a 5-point lead. Cox drives on Child. Has to give it up as Child stays in front of him. Foul on the drive as Blotter slings it up there. He'll go to the line. Court Larson picking up his 2nd. Blotter misses the first. This will be free throw number 10 on the game for Ridgeline. Logan has 10 free throws. 2 team fouls on Logan, 1 on Ridgeline as Blotter hits 1 of 2. He's got 5 points. And it's a 4-point ball game. Blotter with a near steal. Again, the number 2 man in 4A in steals. Argyle in the corner. Looks into Child. Child working on Cox. Spins back to his left, loses it, gets it back. Puts it up over Cox, gets the rebound, put back, there it is. Now Child with 13. 6-point lead for the Grizzlies. Buckmiller out to Cox. Child's on the opposite side of the floor as Cox as they're in the zone. Brenchley. Cox in the short corner. Backs it out. Fires for 3. Got it! Carson Cox playing with rhythm. He's got 17. 1 away from his average. And it's a 3-point ball game, 34-31. Cox has been doing all the heavy lifting for the Ridgeline Riverhawks with Frankham in foul trouble and now dinged up. Child back out to Larson. His 3 won't go. Knocked out of bounds. Ridgeline ball. DeMorgan turns and says, wait, what? And Ridgeline wants a timeout. A 3-point ball game. Logan 34, Ridgeline 31 with 3:31 to play in the third. You know, pizza's the perfect food, right? You know that. We're all on the same page here, just so we know that. And for over 30 years, the Factory Pizzeria has been serving up the best pizza, sandwiches, nachos, and wings in Logan. They've got their famous Sicilian-style pizza, their Godfather sandwiches, and you can eat them while enjoying that East Coast atmosphere or watching the game on one of their many screens. If you want to go somewhere to watch these ball games coming up this weekend, I suggest the Factory Pizzeria, a Game of the Week sponsor. Custom Fence has been around for over 50 years, providing privacy, security, and peace of mind to customers. Visit CustomFence.com and schedule your free consultation today. Spring, it's a little ways off, but it's never too early to start thinking about. If you have a fence job or something that you need done along those lines, or maybe something commercial, contact Custom Fence today. Logan had opened a 9-point lead, 29-20. They've been outscored 11-5 since, and it's now a 3-point ball game. And Ridgeline with a chance to cut into that lead even further or even tie. 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Buckmiller gets it over to Jackman. Here's Brenchley, free throw line jumper. Looked good, but it's a little short. Blotter sneaks in there and takes the rebound. Ball tapped away by DeMorgan, but Brenchley tracks it down. Cox with Jordan Child in his hip pocket. Back to Buckmiller. Buckmiller with the right hand, good. Buckmiller with 4 in the game, 4 in the quarter. It's a 1-point Logan lead. I don't think that either of these teams are getting to their scoring average of 64, 65 points tonight. Jackman knocks it away, but Parkinson gets it back. Argyle hands off to DeMorgan. Now down low to Argyle. Turns, finds Jordan Child, who snuck inside the defense as they came over to double. And Child now with 15. He's here. He's there. He's every flippin' where. He's Jordan Child. 3 on the way. Buckmiller rims around and out. Knocked out of bounds. by Brenchley as Bookmiller, nodding his head. Just like, It looked like he had it. No joy, though, as it rimmed around and out. That would have been the tie. But with 2 minutes to play in the third, it's 36-33 Logan. And the Grizzlies have the ball. Court Larson, sling it up, swatted out of bounds by Carson Cox. Putnam into the ball game. Who's going to take a seat? Brenchley. Into Parkinson. Parkinson's shot is swatted, but a foul called on the near side official on Buckmiller, and Buckmiller picks up his second team foul. Not as many whistles in this quarter as we saw maybe in those first two quarters. And Parkinson goes to the line for two. Parkinson now with 5, looking for 6. Argyle will get a rest. Reed Olson, who played some pretty good minutes in that first half, will replace Argyle. Frankham went to the bench after tweaking a leg. Parkinson misses the second. And he stayed on the bench. In fact, he's gone to the locker room and he's not on the bench right now. Blotter all the way to the rim. Contact, no foul. Cox's follow-up won't go. Rebounded by Jordan Child. Child traveled, slid his foot, and he knew it. And every ref out there blew their whistle. Looking down there to the side for Frankham. They must have taken him back to the training room because he is not on the bench, and he's not out there off to the side of the bench either, where the trainers will sometimes look at players. Parkinson takes a seat. Argyle comes back in. 4-point Logan lead. Cox decides against the 3. Child cuts off the drive. Back to Blotter. Long 3 on the way from Cox. Won't go. Cox hit the deck. No call. Ball out of bounds. Going the other way. Cox turns and talks to the official. The official looks back at him, shrugs his shoulders. He's competitive. Carson Cox. Those Cox boys are. They take after Dad, Travis. Known him since he was a kid. He's one of the most competitive people I've ever met. And I've met a lot of competitive people. Here's Child. Bumps into Cox. Cox trying to get that 4th foul on Child. DeMorgan rims around and in. DeMorgan now with 2 triples. 6 points in the game. 7-point lead again for Logan. Putnam up top to Buckmiller. Jackman looks down low to Cox. Put it up and in with Argyle right in his chest. 19 for Carson Cox. He's single-handedly keeping Ridgeline in the game. He's getting some help, but man, he's got 19 points. Here's DeMorgan. It's blocked by Buckmiller. Argyle misses on the turnaround off the rebound, and that's the end of the third quarter. Logan increases their lead by 1, 40-35, as we head to the fourth on the Game of the Week. KSM is a Game of the Week sponsor. They offer a variety of services: service, repair, band and orchestra rentals, audio rentals, lessons for guitar, piano, drums, bass, ukulele, you name it. KSM Music, Game of the Week sponsor. Hey, don't you love fresh bread? What about sandwiches on fresh bread? Well, go to the Old Grist Mill. They use only the freshest and finest ingredients. Get a free slice of hot bread. Pick up one of their little sandwich combos if you're on the go. Old Grist Mill can't be missed. I'm going to take some time here during this timeout and watch this Logan student section. There's 2 sections full of students all the way to the top. And I'm sure you can hear them making noise behind me. They're doing all sorts of stuff. They've got some cheers and stuff that they've practiced. I've been impressed with all of the student sections here in the Valley. I've been doing this so long, I've seen things come and go, right? And I've talked about it before. And we're in a time right now where the students come out to support the teams, and it's cool to do again. It helps when you're winning too, and both of these teams have been winning. Frankham in the ball game, so that's good news for Ridgeline and good news for him. Argyle looking at a three, too hard, rebounded by Cox, and he's fouled by DeMorgan. Cox climbed the ladder. DeMorgan did too, but Cox's ladder has about 3 more rungs. DeMorgan picks up his second. First of the quarter for Logan. 5-point Logan lead. Nice move by Blotter. In for the finish, won't go. Tries to save it back in bounds and knocks it off of Parkinson, and he hits the deck with his body, then hits the deck with his hands. I'm sure frustrated about missing that layup. The lob into Frankham. Reed Olson knocks it away, but he got too much of Frankham as he defended. Olson with 2. And just like that, less than 30 seconds, 2 team fouls on Logan. Remember, it's at 5 that each team starts getting 2 free throws. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Into Frankham. With foul trouble and an injury, he hasn't really been able to get to work. And he goes to work right there. 9 points for Frankham. Averaging 16 a game. Back to a 3-point Logan lead. See if Logan can keep Ridgeline at bay. Ridgeline has not shot the ball well. A lot of that has to do with Logan's defense. Now Ridgeline in a zone of their own. This one goes off the side of the rim. Gets right back to Argyle. The 3 won't go. Reed Olson saves it out to midcourt, into the backcourt, and Coach Day jumping around for a backcourt violation, and he gets it. And Coach Argyle, I think he wanted a foul called when Jalen Argyle shot that 3. It looked like the defender, as he went by, might have got a hold of his arm. Blotter looking for help. Jackman comes and provides it. 3 by Bookmiller. Too hard. Rebounded by Jackman. Out to Carson Cox. He drives through into the traffic and 1. Cox will go to the line. The foul looks like it's going to be on Reed Olson. Let's see, because Child was there. It is on Reed Olson, his 3rd. .21 for Carson Cox. And Coach Argyle's going to have a chat with that official. Argyle's not hugely demonstrative, but he's had plenty to say this game. And so is Coach Day. He's pretty laid back as well, and I think both of them understand the importance of this ball game. Cox's free throw crawls over the rim. 22 for Carson Cox. We're tied up at 40, 6:15 to play in the ball game, and we start all over. Argyle, 3, got it! A dozen for Jalen Argyle. Under 6 minutes to play. Jackman, corner, Bookmiller looking at a 3, rims around and out. He's had a couple that have hit every part of the rim and just wouldn't go down. Here come the Grizzlies. Court Larson, Jordan Child, bump, bucket, free throw. It's on Carson Cox. His 2nd. 17 for Child and a free throw on the way. He's 6 for 6 and he misses. Jinxton. Remember, Child averaging 21 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals per game. Oh, and throw in a block per game for good measure. Frankham finds Cox. He looks at a 3. Likes what he sees. Carson Cox is smoking. 25 for the senior. And the Grizzlies lead 45-43. Ridgeline not going away on the game of the week. Hey, I've talked plenty about how loud it is in here today. And I've been doing this for over 30 years in a lot of loud stadiums and loud gyms. And I worry sometimes about my hearing, especially as I'm getting older. And start thinking about, well, what do I have to do if I have to go see a hearing professional? Well, today's hearing aid technology, it can improve your life. Not only yours, but the people around you. You'll be able to hear again why everybody's having so much fun and what you're missing. And Dr. Paul Daines at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology will customize a hearing improvement program to meet your unique needs, whatever they are. Call for an appointment today, 435-753-4327. That's 753-HEAR. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology and Dr. Paul Daines, Game of the Week sponsor. It's been a good one here on the Game of the Week. Largest lead of the night for either team was 9 by Logan. Ridgeline, I think their largest lead has been 3. Ball knocked out of bounds. And it goes the other way. Court Larson with the turnover. That's 7 turnovers now for Logan. 2 in this fourth quarter. Ridgeline with 8. None here in the fourth quarter. Ridgeline with a chance to tie or take the lead for the first time in a minute. And when I say a minute, I mean more than a minute. Child denying Carson Cox, who's been red hot. See if Cox goes to work on Child with those fouls. Child bumps Cox. Foul called. They call it on DeMorgan. They call it on DeMorgan, his 3rd. And that's the 4th team foul on Logan. Ridgeline with only 1. 4:58 to play in the quarter, in the game. And now we got a foul going the other way. They call that on Buckmiller. He did, his 3rd, and that's a turnover. 9th of the night for Ridgeline. 2nd team foul on Ridgeline. Next foul by Logan puts Ridgeline at the line for the rest of the evening. Down low, Argyle up, under, miss. Cox with a rebound. 4.5 to play in a 2-point ball game. Buckmiller drives baseline. Parkinson, nice defense, shuts him off. Parkinson looking for help, finds Frankham. Turn in, won't go, gets his rebound, put it up and in. Frankham now with 11. We're tied at 45, halfway through the fourth quarter. Larson comes off the curl. Had the shot if he wanted, doesn't take it. They're really denying Jordan Child the ball. Now he's got it. Facing Frankham. They come over to double. He steps out of bounds, does Jordan Child. 8th turnover. 3rd of the quarter for Logan. A Ridgeline win pulls them into a tie for first place in the region with Logan. A Logan win gives them a 2-game cushion on Ridgeline, on all the teams in the region. .15 on the shot clock, 3:25 to play in the ball game. 3 on the way, short by Jackman. Frankham takes a shot as he rebounds and tries to put it back. maybe on Parkinson. Let's see. It's on Court Larson. Larson and Parkinson both around the ball. And it's shooting. So Frankham will go to the free throw line where he's 1 for 1. High arc free throw, good. A dozen for Frankham. Carson Cox leads all scorers with 25. Frankham hits them both, and Ridgeline has the lead. 47-45 with 3:19 to play in the ball game. Cam Blotter walks across midcourt, clapping his hands, telling his teammates, let's go. The Grizzlies have answered every time Ridgeline's made a run. First time in a minute, though, they've lost the lead. Down low to Parkinson. Argyle kicks it back out to Larson. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Larson looks for Child. Child leaves it short. Rebounded by Frankham. Ridgeline with a chance to extend that lead as the Riverhawks have turned it up this quarter. They've outscored Logan 12-5 in the fourth quarter. Cox working against Child. Out of bounds, no call. It's out of bounds off Cox, off his leg. Jordan Child has been playing with 3 fouls since the second quarter. And he's done a good job staying out of foul trouble. 2:25 to play, 2-point Ridgeline lead. Argyle. Here's Child. Back to Parkinson as they work it around. DeMorgan loses it. DeMorgan turned the corner into traffic and just lost it. I think he dribbled it off somebody's foot. 2 minutes to play. 2-point lead by Ridgeline. Blotter in trouble. Finds Brenchley. Blotter looking at a 3. No good. Rebound fought for. Whistle underneath, and we're going the other way. That's on Frankham. Saying Frankham with the push. Well, Frankham with 13 points and 4 fouls. First player on either team to pick up that dreaded 4th foul. Bookmiller has 3. Larson for Logan, DeMorgan, Child, and Reed Olson all have 3. Logan trying again to tie or take the lead. Child out to Larson, 3, short. Rebound put back by Child, won't go, but he'll go to the line as Buckmiller has just picked up his 4th. No, they call it on Carson Cox, who shakes his head. That's his 3rd. 4th team foul. It's free throws the rest of the way for both teams. Logan over the limit. The next one will put Ridgeline over the limit. Jordan Child with a chance to tie. He missed his last one. He hits this one. $18 for Child. They've held him down 3 short of his average so far. 1 more free throw to come. Still 1:29 to play in a 1-point ball game. And it stays a 1-point ball game. Basketball is free. Frankham picks it up. 47-46. Ridgeline hanging on by their fingernails. Blotter to the rim. Tries to dish it off to Frankham. Good defense is stepping in front of him. One of the Grizzlies knocks it out of bounds. Reed Olson will come into the ball game. See who he replaces. DeMorgan, yeah, they're going to try to go for a little bit more size. Now they go 6'5", 6'5", 6'5" in there. In fact, Reed Olson's listed at 6'6". Into Frankham. Parkinson tries to come in and take it away from the backside. Frankham did a good job holding on. Blotter finds a streaking Brenchley who can't finish, but he'll go to the line. I don't know how Blotter found him. And that foul is on Parkinson, his 3rd. 6th team foul. 2 free throws for Brenchley, his first trip to the line. calmly gives Ridgeline a 2-point lead. DeMorgan's going to come back in. Olson will sit. It's DeMorgan, who's hit a couple of three-pointers here in this second half. They bring him back on for the long ball. 4 3-pointers in this second half by the Grizzlies. 5 in the game. Ridgeline with only 3 in the game. Both free throws good by Brenchley. His first points of the ball game, and they're big. It's a 3-point lead with under a minute to play. Ridgeline trying to pull the mild upset. Argyle, too hard, rebounded by Frankham. Gets rid of it to Cox. 15-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock, and a 3-point lead for Ridgeline. Coach Kyle Day wants a timeout. Wild finish coming up. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. At Aspen Dental, their goal is to make you and your visit feel as comfortable as possible when going to the dentist. They offer the laughing gas, the oral sedation, and IV sedation for those parents or patients who maybe have varying levels of anxiety about coming to the dentist. They'll help you feel at home. They'll take good professional care of you. You don't have to be scared or worried about going to the dentist. If you go to see Aspen Dental, contact Aspen Dental to schedule an appointment today. Anderson Seed and Garden is located in the heart of historic downtown Logan. They're locally owned and operated. Visit AndersonSeedandGarden.com to take a look at all the things that Mark and the crew can help you with. That's Anderson Seed and Garden, the Game of the Week sponsor. After tonight, Ridgeline has a week off, and then they'll host Green Canyon. Then they're at Bear River for their next game. For Logan, they're at Mountain Crest on the 2nd and at Skyview on the 7th. Our next game is Bear River at Skyview on the 2nd of February. Here's a steal by Child, and he's fouled by Blotter going the other way. Blotter a little slow to get up. Blotter with 3 fouls, and Jordan Child goes to the free throw line again. Blotter fouls him, or that's an easy dunk for Child. Child back to the line. He's hit 2 out of his last 4. And he hits that one. 19 for Jordan Child. This will cut it to a point. Two big free throws for Jordan Child. 49-48. Ridgeline. 3.3 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So Logan does not have to foul. They have to play defense. Here comes the double. Blotter's got it. Now they double him again. It's free throws on a foul. They try to strip it away from Blotter, and Kyle Day, the Ridgeline coach, calls a timeout. 49-48 with 25.5 seconds to play. Ridgeline with the lead and the ball when we get back. Hey, at the outset I mentioned Wendy's of Logan. At Wendy's in Logan, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. From fresh cracked eggs to fresh, never frozen beef. We got you at Wendy's. And let's give one more shout out to PC's Unlimited. There's so many scams going around today, right? You'll get that email that says, hey, contact us immediately. There's a threat to you. Get the screen. There's a threat to your hard drive. What do? Send money and we'll unlock it. You know, if you have something like that and you're worried about it or any other computer issues, call PC's Unlimited and let them help you out. Not only will they repair and give you some help, they have sales there as well, and laptops and desktops. 610 South Main, block south of Angie's, next to Papa Murphy's. Stretch run, 25.5 seconds, 23 on the shot clock. 1 point lead for Ridgeline. They have the ball. Both teams over the limit. So fouls are free throws. And they are going to foul. Court Larson bumping Blotter. And I think they were trying to be as aggressive as they could. And in that situation, you try to be as aggressive as you can. If you can cause the turnover and they don't blow the whistle, great. If you can't get it and they foul him, well, you know, even if he hits 2 free throws, you still have a chance and time on the clock. Blotter hits. Timeout, Logan. Blotter with 6. And 1 more free throw to make it a 3-point lead with 20.8 seconds when we get back. You know, when I talked to Coach Day earlier today, he talked about Cam Blotter. He said, you know, this is his 2nd year starting. His stats don't really pop, right? He doesn't score a lot of points. People always look at points. He doesn't score a ton of points, but he does all the right things. He says this year he has really stepped up as a leader. He said guys like him make it fun to coach. He's like having a coach on the floor. He's an extension of me, and he just gets the team into what they're supposed to be doing and when they're supposed to be doing it. That's Coach Day talking about Cam Blotter, who's going to be at the free throw line for 1 more free throw and a chance to put Ridgeline up by 3 with 20.8 seconds left in the game. Cool as the other side of the pillow. 51-48, here's Child quickly, puts it up, misses, looking for the rebound and a foul called. Nope, they're going to say out of bounds. Logan basketball, 14.2. Looked like maybe Logan was going to try to go quick and then foul. Now they may be looking for the first best look. Into Child. Timeout, Logan. Awfully close to a 5-second count. So Coach Mitch Argyle takes a timeout, 13.8 to play, 51-48, Ridgeline. Well, we've got a second. Let's take a look at the standings. We mentioned Logan's on top. They're ranked number 2 in the state by the Deseret News. Logan's 4-0, Ridgeline's 3-1. Bear River and Mountain Crest tied for 3rd at 2-2 apiece. Mountain Crest actually comes in at number 4 on the D News. Green Canyon is 1-3. I said they were 0-4. They're 1-3. Skyview's 0-4 in region play. Skyview's playing Mountain Crest tonight. Green Canyon's playing Bear River. And the RPI that gives you your pairings for the playoffs. Layton Christian is number 1. Dixie is number 2. Logan number 3. Green Canyon number 4. Bear River number 5. Mountain Crest checks in at number 9. Ridgeline at 11. Skyview at 18. And it's worth mentioning that Region 11's next year is going to have a new school. Westfield, the Westfield Longhorns in Hooper will be joining Region 11 for a Region 11 next year. In they go to Child. 3-point lead for Ridgeline. Lob to Child. Gets it right in front of the rim. Misses. Cox fouls him hard to make sure he doesn't get a chance at a 3-point play. 4th on Cox. Child gets 2 free throws. Hit them both. It's a 1-point lead, and they probably foul quickly. Hit 1 of 2, and they do the same. Miss them both. Yikes. So no yikes as Child hits the first. 20 for Jordan Child. Number 3 in 4A in scoring, averaging 21 a game. A chance to cut it to 1, and he does. He'd missed 2 out of 3 before hitting 4 in a row. 51-50. Ridgeline with 8.7 seconds left, trying to hang on to take a piece of the Region 11 lead. mentioned my discussion earlier with Kyle Day. One of the things he talked about was Logan and how they've won a lot of close games. They beat Mountain Crest in triple overtime on an improbable shot. Jordan Child hit a buzzer beater against Woods Cross, I believe, to seal the win in that one. Not seal it, to get the win in that one. And they've won some close games. Logan is no stranger to this circumstance right here. We mentioned Logan at Mountain Crest and at Skyview in their next 2 games. They play 3 of their final 5 on the road. All right, I'm sure Logan will foul as quick as they can. Blotter set to trigger in. Jordan Child reaches in, knocks it away. Again, no joints. He's got squid tentacles. Squidward Child out there. He can lock the door of a truck from the driver's seat. They get in there and they foul him. Child doesn't have to worry about having 3 fouls now. Free throws coming for Ridgeline. And they call it on Larson. That's 5 on Court Larson. Coach Argyle's got 1 minute to replace him. Let's see who he goes with. .33 is who's replacing him with. I wonder if that's Caleb Argyle. He's on the roster as 23 and there's no 33. Brenchley. Got it. Brenchley with 3 clutch free throws in this 4th quarter. 8 for 8 from the free throw line in this 4th quarter. 9 for 9 for Ridgeline. They pressure the ball. Child has it stolen by Blotter. The master thief takes one away when it counts the most. And Ridgeline holds on to hand Logan their first region loss and move into a first place tie with the Grizzlies in a fun ball game at Ridgeline. We hope you enjoyed the game of the week on the Valley Channel as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Next Friday, we'll be at Skyview for Bear River at Skyview. Until next time, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Valley Channel. The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company, privacy, security, peace of mind. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years.